Now, today's webinar is called What You Don't Know About Mobile Marketing is Hurting Your Business. And the reason why we put this together is because we found that there are so many small business owners out there that are not really aware of what mobile marketing is and how it's affecting your business. And first, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Suzanne Doyle Ingram, and I own several different marketing companies and different areas of marketing. And one of them is called Strategic List Services, and that's a direct marketing company. And our clients are all over the USA and Canada, and we help them with direct marketing and email marketing and text messaging and that sort of thing. And what we really focus on is specializing in very, very targeted lists so that you're reaching exactly who you want to reach and nobody else. And then the other company that my husband and I own together is called Jump Charge Marketing. And Jump Charge Marketing is really cutting edge, innovative. We do mobile marketing, we do apps, we do text messaging, and basically we help our clients reach their customers wherever they are, which is really fun and really cool. And I love it. And I actually have my husband helping me today with this webinar because I find I've always done teleseminars, and to be perfectly honest, webinars are kind of funny because you have so much going on at the same time. It doesn't seem like it to you when you're in the audience, but there's the screen sharing and the questions and answers and everything. So I like to have a little help when I do it. So thank you, James. All right, so why mobile? We're going to just talk a little bit about what mobile really is. Now, when people talk about mobile marketing this and mobile marketing that, when I first heard about the whole buzz about mobile marketing about 2 years ago, I didn't think that it really applied to us because I thought, oh, we do direct marketing, and it didn't interest me at all, to be honest. I thought I have to know about this for my job, but it's not that interesting. And then I realized one day, it struck me, my customers are on their mobile phones. All of our customers are on their mobile phones. And so whether I like it or not, I have to have a mobile presence because they're out there looking, and we need to be able to give them what they need. So what exactly is mobile marketing? Well, let me tell you what it is not. This is not mobile marketing. Mobile marketing is not putting a big sign on the side of a truck and driving around. That is not mobile marketing. And I'm not saying this to be funny because I actually had a client ask me this recently. It's really that new, and most people don't know very much about it. And so that's why I decided to put on a series of webinars to really explain what it is. And once you hear this webinar, you're going to get it, and you're either going to say, yes, this is something that I need to do for my business, or no, I'm not interested. So what is mobile marketing? It is the ability to connect with your customers wherever they are. And the Mobile Marketing Association says it's a set of practices that enables organizations to communicate and engage with their audience through any mobile device. So that is, in a nutshell, what mobile marketing is. So what are we going to cover today? There are many, many facets to mobile marketing. Just going to move my screen a little bit here. And I want to tell you that what we're going to cover is what exactly is mobile marketing, how does it affect my business, how can it help me gain new customers, what are people searching for, what does Google consider mobile friendly, and why does it matter? And I want to start by saying that I really appreciate you being on this webinar today. And I know you're busy, so I'm going to keep this to under an hour for sure. I have been on many a webinar that go on and on and on for an hour and a half or more when they really could say what they need to say in less time than that. And I don't think that's very valuable use of my time. So here's my commitment to you. I'm going to give you all that I can in the amount of time that we have together here today. And I know from experience that some of you will take this info and you'll run with it, and some of you might want more information. So at the end of the webinar, I'm going to tell you how we can work together and move forward if that's something that you want to do. So no one's going to be left hanging wondering, okay, well now I know I have a problem, but I don't know what to do. So that's my promise to you. So let's get started. Here's some facts. 1 in 3 mobile searches from mobile phones are local. And 90% of all smartphone users search for local information on their phone. And when I say smartphone users, that can be an iPhone, an Android, a BlackBerry. Many, many, many people have smartphones nowadays. And what I mean by 1 in 3 mobile searches are local, what it means is that people are on their phones. Let's say I'm scooting around Vancouver one day and I need a restaurant, and I type in Big Bob's Restaurant, Vancouver, or Best Restaurant in Vancouver, or Fast Food Vancouver. That's what I type in on my phone. You might be looking for, hair salon, or Calgary Spa, something like that. 90% of all smartphone users search for local information on their phone. And 90% of searchers perform some sort of offline follow-up. And that means that they do their search and then something happens. Either they go to that store or they phone that store. Definitely something else happens after they do that search. Here's some more information too. 88.2 million adults in the USA and Canada have redeemed an online coupon. That's huge. That's more than double the population of Canada, the entire population. 80% of adults under the age 35 consider the Internet their main source of information. And you may think, oh, sure, all those young kids on their phones. But it's 70% for everyone, for the total population. So the thing I want to ask you is, how many people nowadays actually go to their Yellow Pages and look things up anymore? I know I don't, for sure. Neither does my husband and anybody else that I know. Everywhere you go, people are on their phones. This could be a picture of James and I. We were just out for dinner on Saturday night, and both of us are sitting there on their phones. And I know it used to be really rude to do that, but now it's just like, hey, check this out. This is really cool. This is interesting. Look what this person's doing. And it's really just a form of entertainment now, as well as accessing information that you need to know right now. So where are you advertising your business right now? They did a recent study, and 17% of total marketing spend for small business will be online, and that is growing and growing and growing. Only 9% of small business owners are satisfied with their Internet marketing efforts, and 52% of small business owners say the phone book is not useful at all. So if you're doing any other kind of advertising right now, be aware that a recent study showed that 71% of mobile users searched because they saw an ad. And I'll give you an example. When I'm watching TV at night, I'm just sitting there relaxing. I always have my cell phone beside me. And I often search for something after I see an ad because I'm just too lazy to get up and walk across the room and go to my computer. And most people are. So imagine that what your customers are seeing and what your customers are doing. And that's the main thing too, is get in the head of your customer. If they see, let's say they're reading the newspaper on Sunday morning and they see your print ad, you're going to grab their phone and go to your site. They're not going to get up and walk across the room and go to their computer. They want things right now. So it always amazes me how few sites are mobile friendly. And I'm going to get more into that in a minute, what mobile friendly means. But it's fascinating to me how much money businesses spend on advertising. And they spend money driving people to their website, but they don't realize that many, many, many people are going to their website on their mobile phones now. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So why mobile? Because your customers are looking for you on their mobile phones, and because you want to make your customers happy. Look, you might not use a mobile phone, or you might not care one way or another about mobile marketing, but your customers are all on their phones. So take a look at your website analytics. If you don't know what they are, ask your web designer or your webmaster. I want to know where my traffic is coming from. And I would bet that 30 to 50% of your traffic is coming from mobile phones. The average, according to Google, is 43%. So 57% of people are sitting at their desk looking at your website at their desk, but 43% are looking at your website on their mobile phone. Mobile searches, according to Google, have grown more than 4 times in the past year. So this is really happening. By 2013, more people will use their phones than their PCs to get online. And many mobile users are mobile only. Consider that. A lot of people don't have a computer at home anymore because their phone is everything they need. So let's just pause for a second here and see if anybody has any questions at this point before we move forward. This is supposed to be just relaxing, and let me just look over at the other screen here and see if there's any questions coming in. No, it looks like we're good. Okay, next slide. Mobile is immediate. This is interesting. 37% of 18 to 24-year-olds checked their mobile in the last 5 minutes. 55% of the same age group checked their mobile in the last 15 minutes. And 44% of all mobile users checked their mobile phone in the last 30 minutes. I can promise you that I didn't because I was preparing for this. But I do check it all the time. The traffic is already there. So business owners have to deal with this or you will be left behind. I don't know if you can see this. I hope that you can. Let me just check my other screen here to see. So I just looked up the statistics for people on their mobile phones Googling restaurants Edmonton. There's 18,100 searches every month on mobile phones for restaurants Edmonton or restaurants in Edmonton. For the keyword search term Edmonton restaurant, there's 22,000. So what happens? If you own a restaurant in Edmonton, what happens is people are on their mobile phones. There's 22,200 every month that are searching Edmonton restaurant. If you're not coming up on the first page of Google, that's a problem because you're not seen at all. Or if they go to your site and they're frustrated, that's also a problem. And I'm going to get more into that in a minute. So the traffic is already there. This is not something that you can really choose. Oh, I don't feel like having any mobile traffic. It's coming already. Here's another example. I Googled Seattle restaurant. Now there are 60,000 searches for Seattle restaurant on mobile phones every month. And this is what came up. One of the top results on Google was this beautiful website for Wild Ginger. This is on my desktop computer what it looks like. So 60,000 people are searching for Seattle restaurants every month, and you own a restaurant in Seattle, you're going to want to be on the first page of Google. If not the first page, then the second or third. But if you're anywhere after that, no one will ever find you. Believe me, it'll be like a billboard in a desert. So what's the problem? Here's the problem. This is what Wild Ginger looks like on my iPhone. And it'll look like that on a BlackBerry and an Android too because they don't have a mobile-friendly site. Now we're all used to seeing websites like this, aren't we? Oops. Sorry, I just had something pop up in front of my screen. We're all used to seeing things like this because hardly anybody has a mobile site. So what happens is we have to pinch and zoom and scroll to see anything. Right now, the way it is, we can't see their phone number. We can't see where they're located. And let me ask you, is this a mobile-friendly site or an unfriendly site? Google says anytime somebody has to zoom in to see the details, it's not a mobile-friendly site. And whether you like it or not, we've got to keep the big G happy. And I mean Google when I say that. Google is very, very important. And if you're online and you have a business, we have to keep them happy. And so we need to figure out what it is they want and give it to them. So let's look at another one. Here's C Restaurant in Vancouver. I think it's C Restaurant. Google also says that a site is not friendly if it takes more than 5 seconds to load. Now here's a question for you. Why is it that sometimes when you go to a website on your mobile phone, there's a giant blank space? The reason is because it's a Flash-based site. They use Flash programming, which is kind of 90s, by the way, but anyways, that's beside the point. iPhones and iPads, anything made by Apple, do not support Flash. They never have and they never will. So that's definitely a big issue as well for mobile sites. So we'll look at one more here. This is Bridges Restaurant in Vancouver. And it's also problematic because you can't see it very well and you've got to pinch and scroll. C Restaurant, just so you know, and Bridges were on page 1 of Google when I searched Vancouver restaurants, but they won't be for long. And I'll tell you about more about that in a little bit. So what is a mobile-friendly site? This is what Google wants. It has to load quickly. It has to be easy to read. It has to be easy to navigate. Minimum scrolling, no flash programming, and customized for your business. In terms of loading quickly, the reason why it's so important is not just because you don't want to frustrate your customers, but also because only 1 in 5 mobile users have unlimited data plans. So be nice to your visitors, because bloated websites cost your visitors money. When they get their phone bill at the end of the month, they're going to be like, what in the heck? Why is this so expensive this month? And when they call their phone company, they find out that their data costs were really, really high. And that comes from visiting websites online, which, ask me how I know this. I found this out myself when I had a really huge bill one month. I didn't even realize that it costs extra money to go to websites that are really, really heavy like that, and bloated is what they call it. So if it doesn't load fast, people will just leave and they'll have a more expensive phone bill, which you really don't want to have happen. Now, in terms of easy to read, remember that you only have 1/25th the size of a normal monitor, depending on what they're looking. A little bit bigger if they've got an iPad, but if it's a BlackBerry or an iPhone, you really have to make it simple to read. It must be easy to navigate as well. There's something called fat finger syndrome now, which no, you don't have to go to the doctor. It just means that if they have a high chance of accidentally clicking on the wrong thing, it's annoying to them. I know it's annoying to me. We've all been there, right? Also, minimum scrolling. Google does not want any horizontal scrolling side to side. When you go to a website, you have to go over to the right, and then you read that line, and then you go over to the left to read the other line, and then you go over to the right again, and it makes you dizzy, and it also is frustrating, and we don't want to frustrate our customers. Ideally, it all should be above the fold as well. Now, what that means is that, kind of what you see is what you get. It should be all right in front of you, so you don't have to even scroll down, although that's not too much of a problem with Google. Like I said before, all Apple devices do not and will not ever support Flash, so you can't use Flash programming. Now, you may be wondering if Android supports Flash, and yes, they do, but they only own 15% of the market. I know it's growing, but still, you want to make sure you can catch all those iPhone people too. What is a mobile-friendly site? This is what it looks like. It loads quickly, it's easy to read, it's easy to navigate, it has minimum scrolling, and it's customized for this business, Stevenson Burns. It's a hair salon. You can see there it's got tap to call, find us, and the Find Us button goes right to a map with directions that work with the GPS in your phone, so it tells you exactly how to get there from wherever you are, which is really cool. And a regular website cannot do that, and probably, I shouldn't say never will be able to, because you never know with technology. This is a site that my colleague Kate made, and we work together on mobile sites. So this is a really nice one that she did, and you can see that it's a little bit transparent, and there's a photo of the hair salon behind the tabs, which is really cool. Here's an article from Adweek magazine. Just so you know as well, Google has said that they're going to start penalizing businesses in both the search engines and in AdWords. They said anybody that doesn't have a mobile-friendly site, they're going to pay more for their ads, and they're going to get a worse placement on the search engine results page. And I'm talking about the regular search engine results. So if you search for Vancouver restaurant, remember I mentioned this before about how Sea Restaurant and Bridges they're on page 1 right now, but they're not going to be for long because they don't have mobile websites. They're at the top, but the only ones that are going to be at the top now are the ones that have a mobile website connected to it, even if someone's searching on their regular desktop computer. Google desperately wants businesses to have mobile sites, and they're trying to sweeten the pot for you. This is happening right under your nose. If you own a business and your site is not mobile friendly, you're basically stepping over piles of money. The ones right now that have mobile sites are really reaping the benefits. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm hoping that you're understanding the urgency of this. In 2011, there were literally billions of dollars left on the table. This is the easiest thing you can do for your business right now. In 2013, desktop browsing will be almost a thing of the past as mobile browsing surpasses it. And this is all information that you can verify that I've gotten from Google and other sources online. About 90% of businesses are not ready for this change. So it's really important that they get on board. And we're here to help. So why do people search on a mobile phone? They search on a mobile phone to get information on the go, because they have no access to any other device. In other words, they're out in their car, or they're on a bus, or they're, excuse me, they're in a restaurant, or they just don't have access to a computer. That's all they have. And also because they need information urgently. And this is key because urgent consumers are hyper consumers, and they are the best customers you can ask for. They will buy somewhere. Is it going to be at your place of business, or is it going to be somewhere else? Mobile searchers, 9 out of 10 have taken action as a result of a mobile search. Now what do I mean by that? They either call the business, they visit the business, they've gotten directions, they've made an in-store purchase, they've recommended to someone else, they've read or written a review, or they've marked your business to a favorite list. This is not the same results for people who are sitting at their desk going to a desktop computer. These only apply to mobile searchers because people search differently on their mobile phones than they do on their desktop computer. And it's really interesting. And I don't know for sure the reason why, but I know my theory is because, for example, if I'm thinking about going to Vancouver for a weekend and I'm at home, I'm a little bit relaxed, I'm on my desktop computer and I'm searching Vancouver. Let's say I search something like best restaurant in Vancouver or romantic dinner Vancouver, something like that. Excuse me, but when I'm on my mobile phone, because I'm already in Vancouver and I suddenly need to find something. I've done that before. I actually just quickly booked a hotel on my phone or made reservations on my phone. So believe me, mobile customers are hyper and urgent customers. So what's the bottom line? Your customers are online. They want information quickly. They'll give you 7 seconds maximum to deliver what they want. And if they don't get it, they're going to go somewhere else. This is what she looks like when she doesn't get what she wants. Your customers are all on mobile phones. And Google says that 1 in 4 people actually scream at their phones because they are so frustrated. I think I've done that before. Here's how it works, just so it's really clear. So in the top left corner there, you've got your actual desktop computer. If someone is sitting at a desktop computer and they type in your actual URL, your www.bobsrestaurant.com, they go to your regular website. But down at the bottom there, you can see there's an iPhone. If they type in your regular website, they don't go there. They automatically get redirected to your mobile website, which is, of course, if you have it configured properly to do that. So that's how it works. Are there any questions about that? Let me just check the box here. Looks like everybody's okay. Nobody's typing anything in the Q&A box. Good. Slide. So what kind of experience do you want your customers to have? Here's an example of what we see on our desktop computer. The rectangular one, that's just an average, regular website. Now if they did not have a mobile-ready website, the one where it says before is what you would see. Excuse me, I need to cough for one moment. Sorry about that. The one where it says before is not mobile friendly. Now compare the one on the left to the one on the right. The one on the right is easy to navigate. It says welcome, menus, map, photo gallery, events, hours. It passes the fat finger test. There's no scrolling horizontally, and it's easy to read. Remember what I said, mobile users are urgent users. They want the basic information right now so they can make a decision, and that is all they want. They don't want the history of your company. They just want to know your hours and where you are and your menu, if you have any specials, things like that. So the content on your mobile site should be completely different or slightly different than the content on your regular site. If you have any questions about that, just type them into the box. But it looks like everyone's just listening and not asking questions today, which is fine. Your users expect their mobile experience to be as good as their desktop experience. And this is from a study that was done called What Users Want from Mobile just last year. So 60% of users expect a mobile site to load in 3 seconds or less. Is that a lot of pressure for you or what? 71% of users expect a mobile site to load as fast as a desktop site. And 78% will retry a site 2 times or less if it does not load initially. That means they really want it to work, and then they'll give up. So what I'd like you to do right now, if you have your mobile phone handy, take it out and go to your own website and see what it looks like. Just open up Safari or Google your own website, whatever internet browser you have on your phone, or go to anybody's, a friend's website, or maybe think of a restaurant that you frequent, and just check out what their site looks like on a mobile phone, and then give them my phone number. No, just kidding. So mobile websites, they're simpler. They only contain need-to-know information. Your regular website automatically redirects to your mobile site. It should, by the way. And you can basically extend your company to the customer wherever they are. So if you have a mobile optimized website, what our company can do is we can set up your regular website to automatically redirect your mobile site whenever someone goes to your site on a mobile device. So this automatic redirection is done without any impact on your IT resources. So it's just really amazing how it works, if you ask me. It's like, wow, technology nowadays. Basically your regular website just knows whether the person is on their computer or on a mobile device. I think that's very cool. So what is on a mobile site? I think we've covered this pretty well, but just quickly go over it. So your mobile site should cater to what your customer wants right now. Again, get in your customer's head. What are the most frequently questions you get? What are your hours? Do you have any specials right now? Where are you located? How do I get there? It's all just basic stuff that they need to know now. You can have your menu on there, events, hours, locations. You could tie it in with mobile coupons. You could tie it in with text messaging. You definitely want reviews on there. We just read a study, because James and I do really boring things like that. We read studies and research, and we just read this study, this really amazing study put out by a Canadian company that studied people's eye movements as they were looking at mobile websites and regular websites, and they did eye tracking. And they showed that people will look at reviews, well basically they will look at companies that have reviews with 5 stars or 4 stars, but they completely skip, their eye just skips right over any 3-star reviews. So your reviews are really, really important. And if you want more information on that, we can give that to you at another time, so just contact us after the call. So what are the reasons that mobile matters? 57% would not recommend a business with a bad mobile site. 40% have turned to a competitor's site after a bad mobile experience. That's 4 out of 10 people. 23% of adults have cursed at their phone when a site doesn't work. And I think that's me when I was on the BC Ferry site one day. Let me tell you, it was very annoying to me. Here's a couple of examples, more examples of mobile-friendly sites. This is what they're all looking like nowadays. Well, the 10% of businesses that have them anyway. They've got coupons. We can link right to Twitter. You can link to a video. You don't want to go too crazy with too many videos, but a video about your company is fantastic for showing people who you are and what you do. So let's talk about cost. What is the cost of not having a mobile site? The loss of potential customers. The cost can be frustrating your current customers, and annoying Google. And like I said, you don't want to annoy Google. A bad mobile experience can cost you customers. 57% would not recommend a business with a bad mobile site. We've already established this. A bad mobile site can cost you customers. So what are the pros? The pros of having a mobile site is that Google will love you even more. It'll give you higher rankings. You will pay less for advertising. Your rankings will improve. You'll have better search engine optimization, because when you think about it, the keywords that you have on your site, like Vancouver restaurant or Calgary hair salon, will be on your regular site and on your mobile site, which of course will make Google happy again. And you'll outperform your competitors because your customers will find you, not them. The results will be happier customers. Why? Because they can find you and because they feel special. The other thing you can do is you can have, we can develop something that we call the web app, where when they go to your mobile site, a little square floats up and it says, save this to your home screen. And so your really loyal customers will love having a little icon on their phone that goes right to your mobile website. It makes them feel special. And that's a really, really cool thing because it looks like an app. It's not an app, but it looks like an app, and it's really cool. So having a mobile site can help you increase your sales revenues because it can help you increase the purchase frequency, the transaction size, and attract new customers. Let's stop for a second and see if anybody has any questions. We're good. Okay. So what is the reason why somebody would not have a mobile site? Why do 91% or more of local businesses not have a mobile site? Because first of all, they don't know they need one, which is why I'm getting so excited about putting on webinars and trying to reach as many people as we can. And also because it requires specialized knowledge and skill to build a website that displays perfectly on a mobile device. Sorry. I'm sure that you already have a web designer. Most people do. And that's great. And we see so many amazing, beautiful websites, but they do not render well on a mobile phone. And someone who can design a regular website may not have the skills to design a mobile site because it involves a different skill set. Okay, so we do have a question here from Robin. Is a mobile website only for businesses that have local bricks and mortar location, or what other businesses? That's a great question, Robin. And yes and no. I mean, for sure, if you have a brick and mortar location, you definitely need a mobile website. Anybody who's searching for, what are your hours and what do you do? But the funny thing is, Robin, is when we remember at the beginning of this webinar, I was talking about how we were thinking for our list companies, strategic list services, oh, we don't really need a mobile site. Well, when I looked at the Google Analytics and I saw, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's something like 4,000 people every month searching for the keyword term direct marketing list on their mobile phone. And so I realized all of a sudden, it was like a lightning bolt. Holy mackerel, we have to have a mobile site too. So now we do have a mobile site, and because yes, to answer your question, I believe that all businesses do. Depending. I mean, it really, I hardly can think of any that don't need mobile sites. I think only if you had a type of business where, for sure, your customers were like 90 years old and older, they probably wouldn't be using mobile phones. But yeah, I was thinking about, well, what about a funeral home? Well, if I'm going to, my neighbor's mother-in-law's funeral and I need to find the funeral home, it would be great when I'm out in my car to get a map to figure out where it is. We do that all the time. James and I will get in the car to go somewhere, and then we realize we don't have the directions. So then we have to go to Google Maps. But wouldn't it be nice if you could go right to their site and make sure you're getting the correct information? Okay, so let's see. So what different kind of information would be on a site like that? Good question. Thanks, Robin. You could put whatever you want on there. So on strategic lists, what we have is call right away, and then we have information on lists, and we have information on who we are and what we do. And what our call to action is always, give us a call, give us a call, give us a call, so that we can engage with the customers. You can also have, if you're sort of more into internet marketing, what you can have is you can integrate a contact form right on the mobile site where, for more information, fill out this form. It's basically like a lead capture form, and people can fill that out and it goes right to whoever you have at your company. Does that make sense? Okay. Robin says yes. Does anybody else have any questions on here? You're welcome to join in. Sometimes people actually don't call in or in a situation. I know that there's sometimes people that are at work watching this and not able to really engage. So it takes skill, as I was saying, to build a mobile site that loads in 3 seconds or less. It takes skill to build a site that looks equally good in portrait and landscape. And it takes skill to build a website that takes no horizontal scrolling, regardless of the thousands of different screens sizes that mobile users might see. So what now? What are the next steps? So let me ask you, how much is it costing you not to have a mobile-friendly site? I know that there are several owners of Calgary hair salons because we contacted you through a direct marketing campaign, and I had one of our assistants give you a call. So for the Calgary hair salon owners on the call, if you Google your city name and your industry, Calgary hair salon, what comes up on your phone? I'd really like you to look at that and take a good look at if it's your competitors that are coming up or if it's you that's coming up. And if you click on your site, what do you see? So remember that a lot of times when I talk to people, they say, I have a mobile-friendly site. I can see it right here. Well, you need binoculars to see it. And if you have to stretch and pull out the screen in order to see it, that's not good. You need to scroll and check out if it loads quickly as well. So we can help. This is the part where I'm going to tell you about what we can do for you if you're interested in moving forward. Our mobile sites are affordable. They're up and running quickly. They're designed to resemble your regular website, and they can include a click-to-call, get directions, and all the bells and whistles. We are here to help small business owners. We've been helping small business owners for many years with strategic lists. And the bottom line is now we really want to help you be able to compete in today's marketplace. And in order to do that, you need a mobile site. So we can help you get a mobile presence. And no matter what your budget is, we can work with you to make it happen. So let us know if you're interested. I'm going to give you an exclusive offer right now. We're offering a package that includes complete development of your new mobile website, and best of all, you'll be live within a week. So the elements of your new mobile optimized website include your current brand logos and colors, your spa or restaurant menus, any current photos, video, media you want. We could connect to your social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Easy check-ins on Foursquare, Facebook Places, and Google+. Links to your reviews, which I mentioned before are really, really important. The technical setup and the hosting, we do it all for you. An installation of a redirection script on your current website to automatically point your mobile customers to your new mobile site. So our special offer for today is, including your first month of hosting, which is a $100 value, we've reduced the monthly fee to $80 a month, which is a 20% lifetime discount. And for free, we'll give you a Google Places review, which is a $299 value. And all this is for $899 for setup and $80 a month, which is a total savings of $1,200 in your first year. So as I said, it includes the setting up and the design and the installation of your mobile website, and monthly traffic reports, and a monthly strategy session with us. It's our way of saying thanks before your customers thank you. And I know that you're probably thinking about what you paid for your regular website is probably in the thousands of dollars. And we're making this really affordable for people to get up and running. There are lots of other mobile companies out there that charge a lot more than this, and we just want to help you out, get mobile, get some more customers, and have your customers thanking you. So now it's my turn to say thank you. We look forward to helping you create a mobile marketing strategy that successfully engages your mobile customers. There's my name and my email address and my phone number on the screen there. If you're interested in moving forward, by all means give me a call. We would love to help. I'm going to go back over to the question and answer screen and just see if we have any questions at all. We've got Roberta. Are you there? Kelly? No, it looks like everybody's good. Everybody's saying, good, good, I'm fine. Okay, great. Well, at this time, I'd like to say thank you very, very much for coming on the call, and on the webinar, I should say. I've really enjoyed sharing what I know with you today, and I hope it's been helpful for you too. I hope it gives you some food for thought. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact our company. We'd be happy to help. So thanks again.